Hello students, today we will be going over 6.2, converting fractions to decimals and percents. Objective, I can convert a number between a fraction, a decimal, and a percent. Complete the table. Do not round any decimals, okay? So we have 2 divided by 5, or 2/5. So what you do on the calculator is you go 2 divided by 5 equals, okay? There's your decimal. So we write in 0.4. Now, to get a percent from the decimal, you move it 2 places to the right, and it's 40%. Okay, the next one, we're given the decimal. We need to write the fraction, so we put 6, and then that's going to be 34 over 100. Now, we need to simplify that and say, I'm going to have your calculator do that work. 34 ABC 100 equals 17 over 50. So we're going to rewrite this as 6 and 17 over 50. So you want to simplify this if you can. Percent, we just move this to the decimal 2 places to the right, and it's 634%. Okay. All right. Next, we have 95%. So if we're given the percent, right here's the decimal. We're going to move it 2 places to the left and get 0.95. Now, when we have a percent, over here, we put it exactly like it is, and then over 100. 95 over 100. Now, we know that's going to simplify because 5 will go into both. So we go 95 ABC 100 and see what that does. Put equals 19 over 20. So that equals 19 over 20. Okay. Next we have this fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and divide that on the calculator. So I put 141 divided by 250. 0.564. That's my decimal. 0.564. Now remember it said not to round, so we're not going to round anything. But to get percent, we take it and we move it 2 places to the right. So this is 56.4%. And again, 0.564. Now here we're given our decimal 9.2, and we want to move it 2 places to the right for percent. So 9.2, 920%. Now, to get our fraction, we can take the percent, 920, and put it over. We're going to put it over 1,000 instead of 100. Now, I know that 920, actually it goes over 100, my bad. So 920 over 100 is going to be a whole number. So it's 9 and then 20 over 100. It's going to be 1/5. Maybe I should double check that. So let's see if I can do 920 ABC 100. 9 1/5. Yep, that's what we got. Okay, next one, 854%. The decimals here, we move it 2 places to the left. 8.54. Okay. Now to get the fraction, we put the decimal or the percent over 100. So 854 over 100. And that has to simplify. So we take our handy dandy calculator and let it do our work for us. 854 ABC 100. 8 and 27 over 50. Now it's kind of unusual when you're working with decimals and percents to get whole numbers. So this one's unusual, this one, and this one. Okay. The next is 1/10. I can go 1 divided by 10 on my calculator. This is probably one you should memorize. 1 divided by 10, 0.1. So that's our decimal. Now we're moving it 2 places to the right. Some of you might make the mistake and leave it at 1%. That will not be correct. It is 10%. Okay. Next one's negative. Don't let that scare you. Move the decimal 2 places to the right. Negative 35%. That's all it means, is that your answer will have a negative. So over here. So now we take our percent, 35, and ABC 100. Negative 7/20. Okay, the last one I'm going to do for you. The rest you can do on your own. Negative 2567 over 10,000. Let's see if our calculator will even do that. Okay, so we go 2567 negative divided by 10,000. Negative 2.567. Okay. And then for our percent, negative 25.67. Hopefully you can see that okay down at the bottom. All right, we're going to go on to the next page, which is one of our puzzle type things. What did the ape think of the grape's house? Okay. All right, number 1. Circle the best estimate for each exercise without computing the actual answer. Write the letter of the best estimate in the box at the bottom of the page that contains the exercise number. Okay, 5/8. We know that 4/8 is a half, so this is just over a half. So 40% is under a half, 60% is over a half, 150% means it has to be higher than 8. So anytime you get a number that's over 100%, this number has to be bigger than this number. Okay, so this would be H. So down at the bottom, wherever 1 is, you put an H there. Okay, next one, 6/7. Okay, 6 is very close to 7. It's not going to be 15% because that would just be a small amount. 60% is just over a half. Half of 7 is 3.5. So maybe that would be when it's 4. So I would say it has to be E, right around 90%. So I put 2 wherever 2 down is at the bottom. Then I would put an E there. Okay. I'll have you do 3, but I'm going to jump to 4 right now. 27 over 14. See how this number is quite a bit higher than this number. It has to be over 100%. Okay. Now, if I double 14, I get to 28. If I have 28 over 14, that's going to be 200%. So 27 is close to 28, so this has to be 190%. This one's too high, and that one's too low. Okay. Next, you can put 4I down at the bottom wherever 4 is. I'm going to go on with how to do the rest. 7 out of 15, that's about half. Is it above half or below half? Because we have 50% is half. 45 is below half, 55 is above half. 7 is just below half of 15 because half of 15 is 7.5. So I'm going to have to go with S right here on this one. Next, 55% of 18, that's just half of 18 is 9. So 50% is half, so it's just above that. It has to be that one. 89% of 25. So it's not over 25, so I can say it's not this one, because that would be over 100%, would be 28. 25, half of 25 is 12 and a half, and that's not close to 50%, so I can block that out. So I know this one has to be S. Okay. Number 12, 8% of 999. Okay. Now, if it was about, so 10% of 9.99 is 9.9. So it has to be just under 9 if it's 8%. So it's got to be that one. Okay. Then I'm going to jump to number 14 where it says 160% of 24. 160%. So that's all of 24 plus half more. So we have 24 is 100%. Now half of that more would be 12 because half of 24 is 12. So that's around 36 would be 150% of 24. So the only number close to 36 is this one right here. So 14 has to be T. Okay. All right, students, you can get the rest of this. You rock.